welcome everybody. I want to thank you for joining us today for CONNECTpreneur Rocket Pitch. We are a global community of over 30,000 investors, CEOs, entrepreneurs, business leaders, and professional service providers from around the world. And this is our 14th year of doing CONNECTpreneur. And during that time, we've hosted over 120 in-person and virtual large-scale CONNECTpreneur forums. We've had over 1,500 presentations from over 1,000 presenting company alumni. And about 60% of our presenters have received funding from investors they have met on our platform. So if you're raising capital, definitely consider us if you think your company is a good fit. We've also been able to build an awesome investor community of over 4,000 accredited high net worth and ultra high net worth private investors, angel investors, family offices who have attended our events in the past and who are interested in investing in awesome deals that they're going to meet through our platform. We also have a community database of over 315,000 technology business leaders and investors from around North America. So thanks to you guys, we've been able to grow and continue connecting investors and tech entrepreneurs around the country, in fact, around the world. So we appreciate all of your support and dedication to us. So if you're raising capital now or in the future, let's talk about how our platform and community might be able to help you. Hopefully you've already downloaded today's program book for today's event, and we have information on our great sponsors and partners, as well as the executive summaries of our 6 awesome presenting companies today, as well as the RSVP list of all of the registrants for today's event. And if you have not yet downloaded it, no worries. Our team will post the link into the program book into the chat box here. Speaking of team, I want to introduce our co-hosts for today. We have our Assistant Community Manager, Avery North from Detroit, Michigan. Hi, Avery. And we also have our Head of Marketing, Emily Baker McEvely, who just got married last week in a beautiful ceremony near Charlottesville, Virginia. So please join me in congratulating Emily on a major milestone. So we're glad to have her back for a couple days before she goes away for another week. Skylar Rallison, who all of you know is our community manager, she's away on a well-deserved vacation in Europe, and she'll be back early next week. I want to thank our sponsors because they are the ones who make our events free and events possible. Can we put up the first sponsor poll? Avery, we'll put up our first sponsor poll. So this is to support our sponsors. So if you have any needs for any of these things, please indicate as such, and we will share your information with our sponsors, and they'll follow up with you. But I do want to shout everyone out by name. We have Next, powered by Schulman Rogers, Modus Create, AEG, the Association for Enterprise Growth, Schulman Rogers, Buzzy Rocket, Northern Virginia Chamber of Commerce, the Maryland Tech Council Venture Mentoring Services, Refraction, which is the top co-working community in Washington, D.C. They are offering special pricing for those of you who are visiting D.C. or who have offices in the region. We also have an awesome CONNECTpreneur Lounge, which is available to our community for free. If you're ever in Northern Virginia, Tyson's Corner, need a place to camp out, we have a huge lounge with great Wi-Fi and lots of food and stuff. So feel free to let us know, let Skylar know, and we'll make sure you're set up at our lounge. I want to thank Startup Grind, the Entrepreneurs Organization, Frederick Innovative Technology Center, FITCI. And then we also are supported by various angel investor groups, including Keiretsu Forum, the Blue Venture Investors, the Dingman Center Angels, Citrine Angels, the Chicago Archangels, the MIT Alumni Angels, and the New Jersey Angels, and also some of our local and national institutions, educational institutions, including Georgetown University, the Wharton Club of DC, MIT, and University of Maryland, as I mentioned earlier. Finally, I want to thank the Founder Institute, Ryan and Wetmore, Enterprise Transformation Solutions, and the Monty Jade Science and Technology Association. So you guys are making this possible, and we really appreciate you. I do want to mention that we do have some upcoming in-person and virtual events. We have some private investor-only fundraising meetings and some master classes. So our next in-person events are on June 4th, next week, in Palo Alto. We are co-hosting the Silicon Valley Investor Conference. On June 12th in the morning in Tysons Corner, Virginia, we'll be hosting a CONNECTpreneur Forum. That'll be our Summerfest event. And on June 16th, we are hosting an investor reception in Boston at the Biotechnology Innovation Organization, the Bio Conference. So if anyone's interested, Emily will be putting all the information to register into the chat box. We also have our next virtual rocket pitch event on June 26th, so please mark your calendar. And then finally, I want to talk about two great master classes we have on June 20th and 27th, I believe. On June 20th, Anthony Millen, who is the founder and chair of Next, powered by Schulman Rogers, will talk about secrets to raising money in a brutal capital raise environment, which we are in. So please tune in for that one. And then on June 27th, we have a great master class being organized by Andrew Haberman, who's one of our IP attorney sponsors, and he'll be talking about how to protect your intellectual property, especially for startups. And if you need any more info on our events or on us, go to our website at connectpreneur.org. And if you're interested in sponsoring or presenting or speaking opportunities, contact me directly or Skylar or Avery, and we will get back with you as soon as possible. Finally, as those of you who come to our events regularly know, we have investor polling, and this will be for investors only, and it'll be for after every one of our 6 presenters, we will put up an investor poll for about 60 seconds or so. These are confidential polls. We're not sharing the results with anyone except for the issuing company, the presenter. And if you're not an investor, please just X out of it. If you are an investor, then indicate as such, and we will share that information with the presenting company. And after our last presenter, we'll do a final sponsor poll, and then we'll immediately go into breakout rooms. Each room will be hosted by one of our presenting companies. So we have 6 presenters. So it means we have 6 breakout rooms. And remember, please, these are hosted by our presenting companies whose primary objective is to raise capital. So please be respectful. And if you're not interested in investing, then just be a silent observer, etc. Anyway, with all that, let's go ahead and get started. To introduce our first set of 3 presenters, I'd like to introduce longtime CONNECTpreneur partner Sarah Clasper. She is an associate with Next, powered by Schulman Rogers. Next is disrupting the way that startup law is being performed. They offer fixed price packaging, which is an innovative new model for delivering expert legal services for especially startup and emerging growth companies. They have been selected by Law.com and Legal Week as Startup Emerging Growth Law Firm of the Year. They've beaten out several larger, well-known law firms. They've been a finalist for the Legal Times Award as the most innovative law firm in the country, and also won the Legal Week Leaders in Tech Award as the best law firm for enabling startup success. Next also has a Next Raise product, My Next Raise it's called. You can look it up. We have several dozen CONNECTpreneur alumni and companies on the platform. It's to help companies become, quote, investor ready. It's automated and it's got great tools. So, and I think the first year is super discounted. So check it out. But with that said, I'd like to congratulate you, Sarah, and welcome. Thank you for all of your support.
Thank you, Tien. Good morning, everyone. I'm sure I've seen many of you before. I want to thank Tien, Avery, and the whole CONNECTpreneur team for bringing us together again. We are very honored to be this longtime sponsor and supporter of CONNECTpreneur. It's a wonderful ecosystem that is a leading global event to connect entrepreneurs, investors, and all other members of this startup ecosystem. A quick word about Next. Tien gave a great intro, but we are a new model for the delivery of legal services in that we have designed our services to be from an entrepreneur's perspective by giving you fixed price packages so you know exactly what each service will cost. We help companies from the very beginning of their launch through their exit or other sale events. Some other things we like to incorporate are technology platforms that are very robust, but also collaborative and transparent, so you can see kind of where we are in our projects. And then we incorporate both seasoned attorneys and associates to work on projects to allow that kind of diversity of background and experience to get the best work product for our clients. I'm going to jump in now to the first company this morning, which is Find My Clinical Trial. Killian Lozark is the president, CEO, and founder of Find My Clinical Trial, and he brings a dynamic background in healthcare advocacy, government relations, and business development to the table. Before Find My Clinical Trial, he spearheaded legislative initiatives related to drug market access, and he also directed advocacy efforts for a lot of healthcare nonprofits. Killian started Find My Clinical Trial, which connects underrepresented patients with clinical research opportunities through a first-in-class AI-driven platform that will empower biopharmaceutical companies to promote their trials and to optimize their enrollment. Please welcome Killian.
Thank you. I started Find My Clinical Trial after watching my family struggle. I had a distant aunt who was diagnosed with stage 4 ovarian cancer, and really had no clue where to look. Her doctors didn't know what to do, and at that point in your life, you turn to your family to answer those questions, right? My mother's in cancer research, and so we turned to her and try to find those relevant trials, but by the time that we had something, it was unfortunately too late. Sadly, this isn't unique. This is affecting millions of patients around the world, and so many of them are left with no options, no guidance. And so that's where we built Find My Clinical Trial. Right now, the current standard for finding trials is through doctors, but it's impossible. It's impossible for any one doctor to know all tens of thousands of possibly relevant trials. This places the burden on patients, and it forces them to look on an outdated government website. And this is where patients oftentimes give up. Clinical trial sites have limited ways to find patients, and they continually fail to stay on recruitment timelines. For biopharmaceutical companies, they on average have to run 3 phases of clinical trials to get a drug approved, and delays cost them up to $8 million for every day a drug is pushed from reaching the market. So this is what we've done. We've created a patient-centered platform that is aggregating all of the active and recruiting clinical trials in the United States. Our mobile platform only posts what is relevant and to patients and filters through the noise which used to leave people lost. In collaboration with the Mayo Clinic, our platform connects patients and family members and allows them to easily search, save, share, and enroll in clinical trials. Really, we're revolutionizing the way this is done, and we're giving patients back control over their health. Find My Clinical Trial is free to patients and family members. However, our business model revolves around working with biopharmaceutical companies and advertising their trials to our patient database. We offer them reach to eligible patients, and in exchange for that, we give them detailed analytics on how their trial is performing, and this is all for a monthly subscription fee per trial advertised. And the patient recruitment service market is large. It sits at $1.3 billion globally, $980 million in the US alone. And most importantly, biopharmaceutical companies are paying on average between $15,000 to $50,000 per patient that they enroll. So how do we differentiate ourselves? Other companies sell lists based on medical records who patients may or may not qualify, and government websites such as clinicaltrials.gov have over 500,000 trials, many of which were concluded over a decade ago. These platforms are made for researchers. Find My Clinical Trial filters through that noise, simplifies the patient journey, and is the only one-stop shop on the market today. To date, we've secured a written collaboration with the Mayo Clinic in which we developed our platform and we're commercially available on the web app store and Google Play Store. Having launched only 6 months ago, we're in all 50 states with over 23,000 active trials on our platform, and to date have engaged 4,000 patients through natural growth. We're also in conversations with many biopharmaceutical companies and clinical research organizations like LabCorp, and we're in the vendor portal for Bristol Myers Squibb. Our team has over 145 plus years of combined experience across key sectors in this industry, and we're poised to achieve commercial growth and expansion. Our platform will always remain free to patients and providers, but our revenue model is simple. We're B2B, and biopharmaceutical companies pay us to advertise their trials to our patients. It's done for a monthly fee of $1,000 to $2,000 per month, with the average trial recruitment timeline lasting between 13 to 18 months. We're currently raising $700,000 through a safe instrument and have banked $100,000 since we started. As our platform's commercially available, we'll be using these funds to get to version 2.0 and grow our platform to reach 35,000 patients and secure 30 client trials. Thank you. Looking forward to seeing you all in the breakout room.
Thank you, Killian. There should have been an investor poll that popped up for you all. Next this morning, we have Cool Shades and founder Mickey Loeb. Mickey has an extensive background in both the private and public sectors, with experience as an IT project manager and also as with the U.S. Department of Energy. He founded Cool Shades to produce printed wearable products. Cool Shades is a stylish, sustainable kids wearable brand that intersects fashion, wellness, and innovation. The sunglasses are UV protective, but they're also fun, durable, and customizable. Please welcome Mickey to tell you all about it. And Mickey.
Hi, everyone. My name is Mickey Loeb, founder of Cool Shades LLC. I grew up in a family of printers, and I always wanted to take printing in a new direction. In 2017, I launched a line of paper wearables, including solar eclipse glasses, post-dilation glasses, promotional branded sunglasses, and souvenir sunglasses under the American Paperwear brand. The American Paperwear brand was retired after the recent U.S. total solar eclipse. Cool Shades LLC was founded in June 2024 to produce eyewear with a unique value proposition. There's a strong demand for eco-friendly, sustainably sourced products. Cool Shades for Kids checks these boxes with paper-framed, shadow-proof, unbreakable sunglasses that match kids' active lifestyle. These are real sunglasses with optically clear UV 400 lenses, and they are eco-disposable. Think of Cool Shades for Kids as the Dixie cup of sunglasses. All this for less than the cost of a candy bar. Cool Shades for Kids are easily customized to fit any event, occasion, or purpose. Customization lends itself to vast marketing opportunities as promotional items, souvenirs, mementos, collectibles, and party favors. Cool Shades has validated the Cool Shades for Kids product in the eyewear marketplace. We currently have active sales to optometric clinics and in online retail marketplaces. Our goal is to move our paper frame sunglasses into the mainstream of modern eyewear. We are committed to manufacturing a premium product that elevates paper framed eyewear above their perception as novelties. As the first to market, Cool Shades aims to become the established brand leader in paper framed eyewear both now and in the future. Kids' eyes are at greater risk for UV damage. Our sunglasses offer premium UV 400 protection designed just for kids. Most sunglasses end up in landfills. Ours are eco-disposable by design. Wear them once, wear them often, and recycle without regret. Kids want style, brands want attention. Cool Shades delivers both with customizable eco-smart sunglasses. The global youth sunglass market is huge. We made a modest estimate of capturing 1% market share, or 68.4 million over 5 years. We believe our unique value proposition and youth appeal will also expand this market. Cool Shades sits at the intersection of kids' wearable, sustainable products and brandable platforms with direct-to-consumer and business-to-business growth pathways. These are our marketing channels. Each market channel requires a separate sales skill set. Our funding proposal includes plans to hire market specialists for each market channel. This graph carries forward data from slide 5. The cumulative revenue is $68.4 million, which is 1% of the SAM youth sunglasses market. The stacked columns represent the projected revenues, expenses, and earnings before income taxes. We are raising $850,000 and asking for your help. China provides high-quality production at low cost, but there are many risks with offshore production. Cool Shades would like to reshore our production as part of our funding proposal. We previously investigated onshoring, but now there's a greater incentive to do so. Domestic production will improve our supply chain, quality control, speed to market, and price stability. This will allow us to make the Made in America claim. This is a ground floor opportunity for the right investors. Cool Shades is first to market with a proven product and a compelling value proposition. This is a product with very large growth potential, and we are ready to scale it quickly. Now is the time to invest in fun, kid-safe, sustainable eyewear. Thank you for your time. We look forward to meeting you in the breakout room.
Thanks, Mickey. There was an investor poll 2 up. Next this morning, we have CenJam Pharmaceuticals and Christine Leonard, partner and head of strategic communications. Christine is a highly respected and award-winning marketing communication strategist with an unrelenting passion to collaborate with entrepreneurs and companies who are disrupting markets to improve people's lives and humanity. CenJam is a clinical stage company pioneering PAIR, a dual mechanism platform that repurposes 2 decades proven small molecules to calm mast cell-driven inflammation before tissue damage or disease degeneration begins. Please welcome Christine Leonard.
Good morning, everybody. I am Christine Leonard. Thank you for that introduction. Partner and head of strategic communications at CenJam Pharmaceutical, and we are here to disrupt the $1.5 trillion global health crisis by doing what big pharma won't: protecting health before it declines. We call our approach PAIR, preemptive anti-inflammatory regulators, and it changes everything. This presentation includes forward-looking statements. All details are confidential, and I really look forward to diving deeper in the breakout room with many of you. We are a team of world-class innovators, medical leaders from places like the Mayo Clinic, MIT, Memorial Sloan Kettering, and together we've launched and exited over $730 million in value creation. But what brings us together isn't just credentials, it's a shared belief that pharma should heal, not harm. Here's the what. We're building a first platform of next generation anti-inflammatories that intercept disease before it takes root. The why? Because chronic inflammation is killing us silently and costing $1.5 trillion a year. We're flipping the script from reactive sick care to proactive health preservation. And the how, with your partnership, we're giving investors a chance to front run this seismic shift right as the market is catching these tailwinds. Let's be real. The modern medicine is treating inflammation way too late and way too narrowly. Most drugs jump in only after tissue is damaged, and then it's really just managing symptoms. This model fuels repeat prescriptions, not real healing. At CenJam, we're safely intervening upstream, and this is way before damage occurs, creating a new category of medicine altogether. PAIR is our breakthrough platform, preemptive and pleiotropic, targeting both NSAIDs and mast cells together. Mast cells are basically the stem cell of your immune system, the command center. It's dual action, upstream control and downstream relief and rebalancing. We combine proven compounds with fast-track 505(b)(2) approvals, blending speed, safety, and scale. This isn't just a single pill. This is a platform for scalable systemic change. We have 11 assets protected by over 60 patents in 23 countries, from opioid withdrawal and metabolic recovery to obesity, arthritis, and upper respiratory. Our total addressable market exceeds $367 billion. We have a lot of shots on goal, and inflammation is the root driver across these categories. No one is doing what we're doing. We're not just visionaries, we're actually executing. Phase 2 clinical trials for upper respiratory pain, metabolic recovery are in motion. We're partnering with Duke University, Northeastern, NIDA, and KVK Tech. We have 11 papers published and more coming, where regulatory de-risking is built into our equation. We're shaping a pipeline design for speed to market and licensing leverage. We've raised $12 million to date. This year, we're raising $5 million to complete our trials, to lock in licensing deals, and advance 6 top programs with real revenue potential. Your capital goes directly to value-driving milestones that unlock multi-billion-dollar exits. So we're offering a convertible note with a 1% kicker on licensing revenue from SJP 001 to our first 10 people or first $1 million in. This is a portfolio with regulatory headroom, global IP, and a 10 times upside potential. Minimum investments is $100,000. The breakout room is where we will go deeper. We're changing the course of inflammation, and we're doing that for good. So in fact, let's see here, we're impacting the lives of billions. If you believe that medicine should heal instead of monetize suffering, I invite you to be early, be bold, be the reason it happens. I'll see you in the breakout room. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Christine. You guys are awesome. And I do want to bring everyone's attention to a link, which Emily will put in the chat. I had a great masterclass fireside chat with CenJam CEO Jim Iverson. They have raised almost $6 million already through 5 different crowdfunding campaigns. And the masterclass was about crowdfunding. So if you're contemplating crowdfunding, you may want to check out the YouTube video, which Emily will post. And also Jim's made himself generously made himself available to talk to people if you're interested in doing crowdfunding. But they raised $3 million in the last crowdfunding event that they did on WeFunders. So anyway, great company, and highly recommend. So thank you for your interest in CenJam. Now I'd like to introduce Debbie Klein, who is going to introduce our final 3 presenters, after which we will go into breakout rooms. And again, let me remind everyone, these polls are for investors only. So if you're not an investor, please refrain from answering the poll. Debbie is the co-founder and chief of customer success at Buzzy Rocket. She also loves yellow Labrador retrievers, as do I. Buzzy Rocket's mission, they basically help startups grow and scale businesses. Debbie and her partner Victoria and their team, they have decades of marketing experience. They also are serial entrepreneurs and founders. They work with a very limited number of startups at any one given time, and they can provide one-on-one information, or one-on-one attention rather, to you and your team. They are working with several of our companies too, and doing a great job. And if you go on their website, their graphics are kick-ass. I mean, just really amazing, perfect for early stage companies. They are a full service agency, so they have web devs, graphic designers, copywriters. They'll do the strategy as well as the implementation. They've worked with over 100 startups in the last 12 years. And anyway, I don't know what else to tell you about Debbie, but she is the Buzzy Rocket. We call her the Ignition Queen. So take it away, Ignition Queen.
Can I drag you around with me like every place I go, please? Thanks,
Sure,
T.
absolutely.
Yeah, thanks, T and Avery, Emily, the entire amazing CONNECTpreneur team for supporting the startup community. We're grateful to join Sarah from Schulman Rogers and so many other great partners in this ecosystem. It's my pleasure to introduce the next presenter, Madhu Stemmerman, CEO and co-founder of Sunray Scientific. Madhu has over 25 years of experience in senior leadership roles across sales, manufacturing, supply chain, engineering, product management in different industries with medical devices, lighting, electronics at large organizations like Honeywell and GE. Sunray has developed next-generation conductive adhesives that displace conventional circuitry. So flexible electronics can be smaller, lighter, durable, and produced cost-effectively and with greener technologies. Please join me in welcoming Madhu to tell us more.
Thank you, Debbie. So I want to take you with me. The future is smart, connected, and AI-driven. Autonomous vehicles and wearable health monitors are revolutionizing our lives. But here's what most don't realize. All this innovation still relies upon 50-year-old methods like soldering and wire. They're slow, rigid, and holding us back. Sunray Scientific is transforming how connected tech gets built, tapping into a $4 billion market. Traditional circuit boards just are not flexible nor durable enough to handle the stresses of everyday life. We all know what we do to our cell phones. Electronics are just becoming smaller and smaller. Also, the manufacturing process is just not environmentally friendly. We've patented proven disruptive materials that unlock superior adhesion, enable miniaturization while supporting greener and cost-effective manufacturing. We're enabling flexible circuits across emerging applications such as wearables, smart wearables, and implantable sensors. And here's our magic. I won't get too technical here. I love engineering, but what we are is basically we're a material that has random ferromagnetic particles, and we're using a magnetic field during the process that takes these random particles, aligns them into columns, and those columns now act like electrical wires. So that's our magic. Simply put, consider us a superglue that conducts electricity. We enable cardiac catheters to transmit data while navigating in tight arteries, or curved automotive surfaces such as a dashboard that have embedded sensors. This shows our extreme durability. It's a video of LEDs that have been attached to a plastic substrate, a plastic material. If you did this with solder, those LEDs would pop off and they would not light up. So the market size is massive. Flexible electronics was 28 billion in 2023 with a 10% CAGR. It's expected to grow to 75 billion in 2032. Our addressable market is 4 billion, 1 billion in flexible electronics, and 3 billion in semiconductor packaging. It's wonderful. Our competitors have basically validated our technology. We like our competitors. They've added our products to their portfolio. They're bringing their customers to us across multi-billion-dollar pipelines. We're beyond a startup. We have over 25 active commercial programs. Many are Fortune 500 companies, representing over $55 million of ARR pipeline. We're already generating revenue with customers paying for real-world deployments. With 8 issued patents and 8 more pending, plus a 10,000 square foot manufacturing facility, we are equipped for high-volume manufacturing, and we're geared for scale. I'm very blessed to have a wonderful team. We're built to scale as well with our team. We have 15 full-time employees and a leadership bench of over 350 years of combined experience in printed electronics. We're definitely poised for tremendous growth. And as many show, we do have that hockey stick trajectory growth. We have closed 2024 with $350,000 in commercial revenue, along with grant revenue, and we're on track to hit $1 million this year in commercial revenue. We're fueled by strategic global partnerships that will get us to $125 million by 2030. Okay, and we have raised $6 million to date. We've been awarded $11 million through the Department of Defense in non-dilutive funding. This round is $3.5 million, which we have already brought in $2.3 million. Quick math, we have 1.2 million left. And all of our investors will receive a 25% tax credit from the state of New Jersey. So it's a wonderful benefit that the state of New Jersey, you don't have to be a resident. We invite you to join our journey to transform next generation electronics in a rapidly expanding industry. I look forward to seeing you in our breakout room. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Maju. Impressively, I love that video of the stretching. Very, very exciting. Okay, it's my pleasure to now introduce Greg Simpson, founder and CSO of Think Now. Greg has earned a PhD from UC Berkeley and is a cognitive neuroscientist involved in leading-edge brain research, the development of novel neuroscience-based tools for training the brain mind, and creation of companies to translate these inventions into real-world products and benefits. Think Now is pioneering drug-free therapeutic options for adult ADHD to address the 1.1 billion adults that struggle with ADHD and attention impairments. They produce software tools for cognitive enhancement and well-being, based on inventions related to the control of attention, self-awareness, and mental fitness through better attention skills. Please join me in welcoming Greg to tell us more about Think Now.
Thanks for coming. I'm Greg Simpson, founder of Think Now, and I want to thank CONNECTpreneur for this opportunity. We're raising our 2.5 million safe raise. We only have 1 million left to go. There's a huge underserved market. More than 1 billion adults around the world really struggle with ADHD-type attention impairments. Drugs are the only therapeutics, and only 13% of adults actually take the drugs because they're expensive, they don't work for most people, and they have negative side effects. That leaves 87% of people needing a solution. To solve this problem, we built Attentio. We integrated neuroscience, learning science, and digital technology into a completely new type of therapeutic method in an app. Attentio provides 2 solutions: quick relief for a calm, focused mind in 4 minutes, and modules for building awareness and attention control skills that improve performance in everyday life. And these skills need to be maintained with the app throughout the user's life. We will create a completely unique database on attention and ADHD, and this will enable us to use AI to provide personalized therapeutics and coaching in the app. It will also serve as a basis for constantly updating our therapeutics with knowledge that no other company will have. Our large clinical trial demonstrated that improving attention control skills translates to substantial improvements in important real-life functioning. People improved their reading comprehension scores up to 50 percentile points. That's huge. Imagine going from a below average 40th percentile to the 90th percentile in 3.5 weeks. Also, an uncommonly large percentage of people had improvements in areas of daily life functioning that are critical to ADHD, like paying attention and staying on task. I'm proud to share that after 10 years of R&D funded by $7.2 million in NIH funds through 5 successive grants, 4 patents, we've invented a groundbreaking therapeutic that is clinically proven. Fundamentally, there are just 2 main categories within the competitive landscape: symptom relief and coping tools. For 50 years, drugs have been the only therapeutic for attention dysfunction relief, and 87% of adults don't use them. All other products are coping tools. They're workarounds such as organizational tools that don't actually improve attention dysfunction. Even therapists don't have therapeutics to improve attention dysfunction. They help people cope with the anxiety caused by ADHD or build strategies for how to cope with executive function issues. Now there's Attentio, a new therapeutic that improves attention dysfunction, costs much less than medication, and has no side effects. We will earn revenues through SaaS subscriptions that are not prescription-based and do not involve insurance payers. We will sell through direct-to-consumers and through partnerships, for which we have identified at least 7 potential channels. Following our initial launch in 2025, we will raise a Series A round to expand in the domestic market and establish a recurring revenue base. We should reach profitability within 3 years and use Series B for scaling our growth and expanding into international markets, exceeding 100 million in revenues within 5 years. We have an outstanding team of serial entrepreneurs and neuroscientists. We've worked together for many years, and collectively our deep experience includes 8 exits, including 4 IPOs, and we've raised over 400 million from investors. We're building on the 7.2 million of NIH non-dilutive funding, and there's only 1 million left of the 2.5, and we're looking to close it out in 30 days. Join us to alleviate the suffering of ADHD. Come see me in the break room and schedule a time on my Calendly. Thank you. Oh, I can't hear you, Debbie.
Thank you so much. It would have been hard to do an intro on mute, huh? Fascinating. Thank you so much for sharing all that. It's my pleasure to now introduce Dr. Aaron Rachamim, CEO of Ziab. Aaron has earned a PhD from Cambridge and has a deep background in life sciences, physics, and engineering. A serial entrepreneur, scientist, and experienced leader, Aaron applies pioneering technologies to improve quality of life. Ziab is revolutionizing the research antibody development market with AI by building antibodies 10 times smaller, faster, and cheaper. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Aaron Rachamim to share more about Ziab.
Thank you. Thank you. At Ziab, we are disrupting the 3.7 billion research antibody market. Antibodies are essential tools for medical research, but today, production methods for these are stuck in the 1970s. Mice and other animals are injected with the target protein. Immune response is stimulated in the animal, and then the animal is sacrificed and the blood screened to find antibodies against the target protein. As you can imagine, this process is difficult, time-consuming, and expensive, and has a 60% failure rate, and every time we fails, we have to start over from square one. At the same time, there's surging demand for new research antibodies, which these processes cannot meet. At Ziab, we don't find antibodies, we generate them using AI. Our AI generates antibodies 10 times faster and 10 times cheaper than the traditional processes. And we can iterate fast on computer to generate new antibodies. Because of these advantages, we know that in 10 years, every antibody will be designed on computer. And when we speak to folks, they agree this is going to be the case. Some of them say maybe it's 15 years, some say 10, but everyone knows this transformation is going to happen. And our vision is in our catalog, we will have an AI-created antibody for every human protein with a patented structure, a huge IP portfolio. We're starting with nanobodies because there's booming demand for these. Nanobodies are mini antibodies, which are 10 times smaller than traditional antibodies. Natural antibodies are found in llamas. But as you can imagine, producing antibodies in llamas is even more difficult than mice. But because of their small size, there's huge applications for these in neuroscience, cancer, and super resolution microscopy. This market is growing at 25% a year, and there's a massive unmet demand. What we sell are physical reagents. We ship 100 microgram vials to customers who order these online. This is the same as incumbents. The difference is we produce our products using AI, not animals. We can scale revenue as fast as we can create products. In this market, there is a one-to-one correlation between number of products companies offer and their revenue stream. So because we can generate products 10 times faster, this means we can generate revenue 10 times faster. We are ready to launch this year in fall 2025, and we're ready to scale fast. We're the first AI player here. A lot of money has gone into generating startups in the therapeutic market using AI. So these companies here are all AI drug development startups. But in the research antibody space, no one has adopted AI. The traditional players are still technology dinosaurs. Ziab is the first. We have a world-class team where world-class execution meets world-class science. Professor Jeff Skolnick is one of the foremost authorities in protein AI in the world, and he leads the Georgia Tech computational lab. Our team combines over 100 years in bio and 4 exits. We have strong initial traction, 400K raised really rapidly on the current round. We're ready to launch soon in full. We have exclusive technology license from Georgia Tech, and we have support from Amazon, Google, and NVIDIA. We sell antibodies at $300 per vial. And because we can scale products really fast, this means in 6 years, we can have 100,000 products, which is the same as Abcam, the market leader, and similar amount of revenue, 400 million. We have currently a $1 million round open, 400K closed really quickly, and 600K available for a second close. The future of biology is computational. Ziab is in the driver's seat. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Ron. I'd like to, we have an investor poll up right now. So this is for investors only for Ziab. So if you're interested in investing, want more information, or if you know of anybody, please respond back to the poll. Want to remind everybody, we will do one final poll in a minute or so for our sponsors who make our events possible and free. And then we're going to open up the breakout rooms. We'll go into 6 different breakout rooms, one for each of our presenting companies. Word of advice, before you go into a breakout room, we would recommend that you download the chat transcript history because we have so many messages in the chat. And how you do that is click on the chat button, and then you'll see 3 dots. And then I'm sorry, not 3 dots, but you will see a icon, which you will click, and it says download chat history, and then it'll save. And then when you exit the event later on in a half an hour or so, you'll have your whole chat history there, and then you can go through it and review. We will keep this poll up. Last call for investors for Ziab. Okay, well, too late. You can see them in the breakout room. Now we have our on-the-spot poll for our sponsors. While we have this up, this is if you're interested in supporting any of our sponsors or supporting us with some of the stuff that we do for fundraising. I do want to bring your attention to some of our upcoming events. For those of you who joined late, we have on June 4th, next week in Palo Alto, we are co-hosting the Silicon Valley Investor Conference. And by the way, all the registration links will be put in the chat by Emily. So if you're out in California, come join us on June 12th in the morning in Tysons Corner, Virginia, right here in suburban DC. We're hosting our Summerfest CONNECTpreneur Forum in person. And then on June 16th, if you're in Boston at Bio, we're hosting an investor reception at 5 o'clock right across the street from the convention center. So hope to see you guys there if you're interested in that. We also have our virtual rocket pitch event on June 26th. So mark your calendar. And then again, 2 awesome master classes. On June 20th, we have winning strategies for fundraising in a brutal market. And on June 27th, we have secrets to unlocking IP value for founders and investors. So again, if you need more information, you can go to our website. It's connectpreneur.org. And with that, I think we will open up our breakout rooms. Thank you guys for joining us today. And again, make sure you download your chat before you go into a breakout room. And we will see you soon, either in person or on June 26th virtually again. So breakout rooms are open, and you can select whichever rooms you want to go in. You have the ability to go in and out of whatever breakout rooms you like. So again, thank you for joining us. Thank you for supporting our sponsors. Thank you for supporting our presenting companies.